The Vulcans. They're locking weapons.
On us?
No, just the Andorians.
Stand by phase cannons. Don't fire until I give the order. Evasive starboard, bullet pulse. Malcolm, we're not making a dent in their shield.
Transhailing.
Tell Archer that's 2 he owes me.
Alright, my next one is going to be the Nx-01 Enterprise refit. I have started a few things. A piece broke while I was putting this together, so pretty nastily, but I'm currently gluing that back together. It might be a little crooked, but when it's done, it'll look good. It's still wet. Ugh. See, it's supposed to look like that. I didn't realize that was a little crooked right now, but oh well, not much one can do about that. As you can tell, it's going to be a teensy bit crooked there. I've done this already. I haven't put any of the clear parts on yet, as you can see. And there are a lot of spare parts on this too. Also, I put that on there. It's hard to see, but there's a little piece right there. I've taped up all the joints underneath this because I haven't primed it yet. I put the whole rim on this one and glued it down because, yeah, another factory problem. You see, this, well, it's hard for me to see. This right here is supposed to be mirrored on the other side. Well, it wasn't. They sent me 2 of the exact same sides, so it was impossible to put it together. So, I actually made it work. I cut it and well, I haven't sanded it down good yet, but in doing so, ooh, I see a seam. I made it fit, so it'll work. Alright, let me see if I can fix that seam there. That's a nasty little seam. There we go, got that seam down. Otherwise, once I get this done, we'll start piecing her together. There's not a lot to her to put together. And, yeah, she'll be good to go. Have a great day. On the bright one, I didn't realize that those tabs were supposed to break off after all. Well, I have repaired it as best I can. Hopefully after I start priming it, that'll cover it up a little bit. So, it's a little super glue mainly. There is a little hot glue in there, but mostly super glue. And some sanding. This one here, didn't really need it, which is probably a good thing. Still impressed with that. I'm not going to put the front on there until it's near done. The seam is pretty prominent, but it won't be that bad when I'm done. And of course, as you've seen these already, I put some glue on this trying to fill some holes and a little sanding on my creative skills here. I mean, it looks pretty good for a mistake that's fixed. The company sent me the wrong piece, but as you can see, I've done a dang good job putting it back together. I hope that's right, at least. Alright, catch you later. I've started priming the pieces, as you can tell. Yeah, it's a mess over here, but this is starting to come together quite nicely. Hopefully this won't give me any troubles putting it together. But I'll start painting things later once this dries up a little more. Alright, catch you later. Still letting this dry. I just wanted to show this off. This is the one that I had to cut and fix the rim on. I think I did a dang good job on that myself. I mean, it's hard to see it. I had to let that sit up a little bit because that's really having to dry a little more because it's sticky. I've also started painting the blues a little bit, letting them dry. True, I'm probably not going to need all of these for what I'm doing, but Enterprise, I might use them for my other version I'm going to be doing too. It's going to be neat. Alright, catch you on the flip side. Started painting these, as you can see. I'm avoiding the little ones for right now because I'll do them last, but I know a lot of these I'm not going to use, but might as well paint them anyway. Paint the backs white so they get a little bit of a lighter effect. This one here, again, I'm still painting it, still touching it up. But if you noticed, these over here are more red, and these have orange and yellow in them. It's because these are the ones I'm going to use on this particular kit. I might save those and just use them on the next one for the fun of it. Again, I painted the inside of that one yellow and the inside of that one white. This one here I just painted the whole inside white. So hopefully this will come out looking good in the end. Trying to make that blend just a little better. See, and still the primer's going. I pulled the tape off of those. I'm going to start painting them later. Again, there's a lot of parts here I'm not using on this particular kit. But since they'll already be primed, I can use them on my next kit. See, it's not looking bad. I've got plans for the SS Enterprise. I do like the fact that I made a mistake on this one. And I shaved it and fixed it and boom. Looking pretty good. You can't even see that because of the light issue, can you? My big impression, like I said before, is that right there. And you can definitely see it from angles. There's not much I can do about that. But we'll be getting into the painting stuff later. Alright. Catch you later. Painting it. As you can see, since this is the refit, it's going to be, it is sort of a lighter gray color. As you can tell. Once I do the other, with the Nx-01, it'll be a different color. Yeah, and some of these pieces, like I said before, are not going to be used. So these have actually dried overnight. And yeah, you can see I've got extras here. They don't look bad, as you can tell. Don't look bad at all. So, yeah. Hopefully we'll have no troubles on this, because I actually ran out of the color I was using and I had to start over from scratch. So, again, we'll see what happens. Alright, have a great day. This thing, because I had to fix little pieces on it, would not go together good. So I have I'm gonna have to repaint it again. As you can see, it's looking pretty rough. Lost some pieces on it, the little clear lights, so I made them. I'm hoping this thing isn't too thick, because there's tape on it, because I'm gonna repaint it. And this right here, I had to modify this a little bit to make it fit. Man, this thing is absolutely rough to put together. You can see I painted copper, got some gold and copper. Yeah, I guess it would be copper. I put a little yellow on that again. I just did it just for the heck of it. I'll probably wipe it down some more later. And I started putting the nacelles together. Yeah. And as I said, I hope this mess goes together correctly. Everything was going smoothly until this thing tried to go together. Things are broken. My luck on everything I put together, it seems like. I have used some putty in there to seal those seams. I'm going to repaint it, of course. And we'll see how this thing looks when it's done. I don't know if that... See, there's a nasty seam right there, and there's not much I can do about it. I might hit it with some super glue or something and hope it holds together. Yes, it's not beautiful like I was hoping. We'll see what I can do. Oh, and because I had to piece together that piece in the bottom, I couldn't get these little lights on there. So I'm gonna have to modify that and make it work. Luckily, this is a refit. Should be able to make it work nonetheless. Alright, so we'll see what happens on our next go. It's better now. What I've done is I actually went in there. For some reason, those clips inside were not working so nicely. So I went in there and cut every clip out of it, and I've re-glued it down at the seam. And now, as I let it dry with these little clips on it to hold it in place, it looks better. It's thinner. Finally. So we're finally getting somewhere. Like I said, I'm going to have to repaint the thing anyway. But, again, better is better. Alright. You have a great day. I've actually put some super glue on the light sockets right there because well, actually the ones I put in, like what I was going to put in wouldn't fit no more. So I couldn't do anything with it, so I'm making lights. And I've sprayed it with a clear coat for my next stage. That's all spare parts. Which we'll see if I use them for later. The nacelles are giving me trouble, but they broke. And so I've glued them together as best I can. It's not perfect. Same thing there, that area did not go in right, so I am making it work. I'll paint it again later. This one here does look better. Now I've got the front one there drying from the bronze paint. And I got this going right now. I did add some paint right there on the side. I know that's not official, but I think it looks pretty good. So, hopefully this will look good pretty soon. Those nacelles are bothering me, but... Oh, and that one of these, I think it was this one, that tip broke badly when I was trying to put it together. I had to get some super glue and fix it. So, we're getting there. Alright, And hopefully when this is the next stage will look better. Have a nice day. These nacelles, I painted them orange on the inside and yellow. So it gives it more of a red gold color. I did it all on the inside so it gives it a different color. That seam is better on it this time. I can fix it now. I've also started painting these. I'm going to repaint a lot, but I started just improvising, adding some dark grays to it, just for fun, as you can see. And as you can see over here, some dark grays all over it, and some light grays. It's not perfect, but some of it will be covered up. I'm going to have decals to put on it too later. Some custom made decals. But as you can see, this snapped and fell into the sink, down the drain. So, luckily I'm building another one, so might as well use it. Use the spare parts, you know? So that's what I'm doing. I used the spare parts to build that. And I just pulled this one. I just pulled this one out. The red, I like the red on it, but it just didn't want to fit right in there for some reason. So, I'll probably touch them up with some more paint now that I've got it together later on, just to give them a little more of a oomph. But it's coming together now. It's going to come together. Oh, and I also was just playing with the windows yesterday, but I'm going to have to repaint a few things. I've also painted some blue dots on it. The green and red on this one, and pale green there, like the instructions say. Nothing in the front yet, but, you know. Alright, have a great day. It's hard to see, but I've started decaling this with a very light decal. It's pretty good. Same thing with this one. Look, you can definitely see it. I mean, it's definitely coming along. I have fixed these, as I told you earlier. They're looking better, quite a bit better. So, yeah, I need to touch that up a tiny bit, but still, I'll be hitting those before I go to bed with some spray, and then I will, you know, start decaling them in the morning. So they look pretty good, actually. These decals I bought off of eBay from a man are very much worth the money. They go on very smoothly, and I wanted them to be light on this one, so I will say these were definitely worth the money to get my hands on. So this is well worth it. I've had to improvise a few. I mean, there's a few that are optional. And my improvisation on the painting, which is not perfect, but it'll look fine when it's done. Alright, I will get back with you later. I thought most of the gray was a little harsh on there, so I actually repainted it silver. And as you can see, the silver seems to pop a little more on it. And I decaled it. I would show you the bottom, but letting it dry a little bit. Those I'm leaving alone. I did get a few more decals on them. I would show you. They're very, very mild, but they look pretty good. Especially with that orange tint in there instead of the red. This one here is the most blatant. I painted the whole back silver with the bottom silver. Put a lot of decals all over it. just to give it a little more of a Aztec-y marking. It's gonna look good. And yeah, I can flip it over. I haven't sprayed the bottom yet. I'm fixing to though, because these decals are gummy as heck. Alright, catch you later. All the decals on it now. As you can see, they're drying at the moment. Don't look bad. And yeah, it was a little crooked, but there's nothing I can do about it now. Red lines up there.
Also seen as a source of status and virility. Often a prime ingredient in teenage mating rituals. Teenage mating rituals?
And as you can tell, like I said, I got all the decals on it. That one there, for some reason, sunk down low, and it looks really bad compared to the other side, but so I can't move it. I've tried to move it, it just wants to rip. But it's okay. But I'm impressed. Right there is setting still. I'll probably hit it with some more setter later. Nx-01 Enterprise. And the instructions didn't come with this, but I thought it would look good if I did it. I went ahead and did the Nx-01. I cut the I off the ISS and made the SS Enterprise. I think it looks pretty good. My next one will be Enterprise, of course. See, I got a little shine to it in there. A lot of liberties taken on this, but I'm quite impressed with it. And one on here is very, very small. You're never going to even notice it, but it's down in there. I had to put that down and it ripped, but I fixed it. And there's a little tiny one right there, if you don't think you can see it. It says Enterprise. So, yeah. Next you see this, it'll probably be done. And then, yeah, I'll be happy. Alright, have a great day. I just put it together. I don't think the nacelles are completely straight, but they're not that bad. I'm just letting the decals dry. I haven't hit it with a clear coat yet to finish it off. So I mean, she's not done yet, but don't look bad, does she? Once those decals dry better, I'll hit it with a final coat. And she'll be done. And as you see, I actually went around that with a little black marker just to give it a little more character, and got those windows done. Yes, there's a seam line down that, but it's not that bad. And there's a few places I painted pretty crappily, but other than that, you can see the shine down it from the silver in certain spots. And I glued that on too. I'd almost forgotten to do that. So, Enterprise is almost done. The SS Enterprise, sorry. And yeah, catch you next time with a final look at this once it clear coats. And there she is, folks. The SS Enterprise in all her glory. It's finished. Yes, like I said, there are mistakes in it. I've seen them all over it. Like that right there is recessed a little more in than the other side. But it does what it's supposed to do. One of the decals went on all funky. And it's an important decal. But if You get past that. No, that's can't do much about that. Oh well. Get past that. She's impressive. I like it. Quite a bit. Alright. Catch you on the next one when I'm building the Nx-01 Enterprise from Star Trek Enterprise. Box very well, but my next project is this Enterprise Nx-01 from Star Trek Enterprise. There's spare parts, and I'm using some spare parts from my other kit. So you can see them scattered all about. Some pieces already were lost and broken. Too bad, of course, but oh well. I've already built this much this time. I haven't painted it yet or primed it, so it's very rustic. I've filled in the holes in the bottom, as you can see. They'll be better once I actually start priming it down. Alright, but that's what it's going to be. And this one here did not have any defective parts that I saw, like the other side. Alright, catch you next time. The darkness of this video, I'll turn on the lamp. Okay. I'm doing two at once right now. It'll be the exact same kit, as you can tell. I got the nacelles primed on both of them. I've got both of these primed. That one was just primed, so it's drying. This one here has been primed for a good day or so now. Hopefully this will work. I put some Loctite Fun Tack on that, since the stuff is worthless when it comes to sticking to stuff. So that should cover up some things, but I did realize I messed up and forgot to cover up a few spots, but it doesn't matter. What I'm going to be doing here is making the regular Nx-01 and the ISS Enterprise. I did just finish the other one, so. And then I'm going to try to put them all on one plaque, like one base, which I'll get to that when I get to that, so let's hope everything goes well. We'll know when we get to that point. We aren't there yet. I did have to seam line some things on this really badly, because when I put them together, this one here, that piece fell out. I had to reopen it. That seam line was. This one's gonna have a seam line there. For some reason, I messed that up, but it won't be that noticeable once it's together. See, boom. See, it's not that bad. The other side, yeah, you can still see it, but I haven't painted over them yet. And that little piece was lost on the back. I actually made that little piece, the little docking port. So, and I ended up painting over the lights. What's funny is, again, these little lights break really easy because they're so tiny. But you'd never be able to tell, but this one, on one of these, I think it's this one. Yeah, one of these, I think it's this one right here, I actually made it with super glue. So it'll look good. I did a good job on it, I think. But it needs to dry really, really bad, so now I gotta find my hole again. So, hopefully this will all look good when it's done. Still waiting on my decals to come in to do these, to do the Aztecing. And I'm probably going to have to get a hold of some more paint. I didn't realize I was out of aluminum. And aluminum is kind of important for this. Alright, I'll catch you later. I've hit these with a base coat of gunmetal. That don't look good to me. For some reason that one nacelle is really bugging, or that one pylon is really bugging me. I'll have to fix that later. It ain't down good or something. Anyway, base coat of gunmetal. I'll hit it with some aluminum later. So they're drying up nice and neat. Alright, catch you later. Light in here now, so you can actually see the shininess of this. That one there is drying a little more. I'm not going to pick it up, but I might have to. It's going to come falling down soon. But so you can see any imperfections are good on this, because Enterprise was rough looking anyway. So the imperfections are good. I will take that. Let's see. I'll show it off after all. Two of them right here. And I actually get those with a nice thick coat. These, I might have to re-go over these again because they're not that. I'll do it tomorrow. But, or I might just go over them with the aluminum I plan on soon. Right now, this is just a base coat I'm going with. Which I'm going to go over them again with another color soon, just to make them look good. I thought I'd gone over those better. These right here are dang shiny as heck. So, a little aluminum should set that off later. Alright, I'll catch you later. I've mixed together some gunmetal, aluminum, and copper to form this color here. I need to fix something on this one too. It's really bugging me, but yes, I've taped off those areas there because it said the ISS has that. So once I pull that, that'll be dark in gunmetal. As you can see down there, I've got the other one drying too. I painted these pieces, which you're not seeing, it's so bright. Boom. And the nacelles, which again, a few of them got the tape feature on the top because it said there's a dark gunmetal part on the ISS. So that's what I've done, and this took every drop of the paint I created to do this. And I'm completely out of aluminum now. Hoping I won't have to order any more, or I'll have to go to Hobby Lobby. Just one of these days. It does have it's hard to see, but there is a somewhat coppery sheen to it. It's coming together. I did notice something that's bugging the living tar out of me right now. If you look right there, there's a seam line right there. I thought I had gotten it down and I didn't apparently. That bothers me. I have a few drops of that paint left I can use, but hope I can glue it and pinch it after I spray this later, once it dries. So, yeah, the two Nx-01s are coming together, the ISS and the regular, and hopefully this will come out looking really nice when it's done. I haven't done the colored nacelles yet. That's next, but I'll wait for a minute to let these dry while I'm doing it. And I haven't painted any gold on it, which, from what I've seen on the show, to be honest with you, the instructions say there's gold all over it, but I don't see it from watching the show. So we'll see once we get to that point if I want to follow that guide or not. Okay, have a nice day. I don't know if you can see it or not, but yeah, I did get that seam down a little bit there, but I brushed this with a little bit more of that copper in the bottom layers of the mixture. Just sort of dry brushed it on, and it gives it more of a, it just sort of put a coppery sheen onto it. Both of these got it. I mean, this one here is definitely drying a little more at the moment, but as you can tell, it does have a coppery sheen. Hopefully this stuff will work good. See, the nacelles got it. Oh, and I pulled that off. I'm going to be repainting that with the gunmetal. Make it look better soon. The gunmetal didn't exactly come off as pretty as it should have, so I'm going to fix that. But you can see all of it got it. And I did it to these too. And I've started painting these, as you can tell. And once we get to a certain point, I'll pull that fun tack off of them and start actually painting the insides of those. Because that's what you see there. I haven't, that fun tack is on there at the moment, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, catch you later. Not a whole heck of a lot was done tonight because of cramping in my hands and stuff like that from work, but I did put the nacelles together. As you can see, they're not perfect, but when they go together, they'll look good. My decals should be coming in any day now, finally. So we'll see how I judge them when they get here. That bugs me. I'll have to fix that. Anyway, you can see that. They look pretty good. I've also painted these gold and bronze. I don't think I'm going to put the gold highlights all over these things because it's not accurate to the show. But this is going to be the ISS, which you can see I painted the blue on it. I know it's hard to see, but there's green on this side and, well, red on this side, which was definitely not showing. I'm going to touch that up again. Anyway, same thing up here. You can see the red a little brighter over here. Same thing over here though is done. So we're going to continue on with this soon enough. I do have to fix something real quick, but she'll be done soon enough. Catch you later. See, I masked off those little pieces there and airbrushed them. I did give that a little bit of a gold tint. It's very muted. I did that on purpose. I actually painted that I mixed a sort of a gunmetal and a gold leaf color to make that. That's actually mixed with bronze with that gunmetal and gold. So hopefully it comes out looking good. Hopefully it didn't mess anything up. Same thing on this one. I masked it off. Painted a few of the paint apps. Same exact thing as the other one. These I hand brushed, but I also masked it off so I wouldn't mess them up. So that's a copper on those. So we'll see once they dry up good if it looks good. If not, we'll touch up and keep going. That's only round one of these anyway, because there's supposed to be a little bit more on it, some blacks and stuff like that. So okay, I'll catch you later. I've got the nacelles painted. I had to repaint those a little darker red, transparent on the front after I sprayed them because it was frosting over pretty bad. They seem to be looking pretty good, as you can see. And you see the copper I put on there and the black on all of them, they got it. I sprayed those with a little clear coat. You can see I had to darken those edges with a little black. And, well, it's hard to see on this one, but I did it to the front too. I did that because in the show that is most definitely not gold. It's more of a dark bronze. So you see we got that one. Same thing with this one up here, as you can see. She's looking pretty good. My decals should be coming in the mail tomorrow. So once they come in, I will be starting to decal this bad boy, and we'll have these two done in no time flat. Alright. Catch you later. Here. I realized there was a little bit of a light gold after seeing the show. So I redid those a lot like a real pale gold. It's hard to see until it shines on it. The video's showing it, but in person it's hard to see. That's hard to see, but there is I did hit that with some aluminum in the back on both of them, which I need to touch that piece up there, see. But as you can see, I've been messing with it quite a bit. And I'm fixing to go end it for the night. Have fun. Something on the cells I noticed I messed up on. If you look up here, I moved the silver down closer to the copper ring and painted that part of black up a little higher. Then I put a little detail inside those, inside the little connectors to the Bessard collector. So that's drying at the moment, but as you can see, they've all got it. They all look really good. I'm really impressed. And I did touch the Bessard collectors up a little more. Put a deep red on top of that light red. And so, it's looking good. See, they've dried overnight, so they're looking like that now. Not too bad. Not perfect by any means, but closer than they were. As you can tell, I need to touch that up. I see. That's no biggie. I can do that. Alright. See, that one's the same way. They're looking pretty good. Alright, catch you later. Giving this a few more touch-ups. So you can see I've done a little bit on the sides. Got some, hold up, it kind of froze. Alright, you got windows done up all over. Got some lit up ones, some dark ones. Same thing on the side. They're not perfect. I wish they were, but I gave the front a little gold trim with the gold lights. Same thing on the side. Bottom got all that too, but you really can't see that very well. Boom. Same thing on the other one. As you can see, this one came out a little bit better when it comes to the windows. I thought I had darkened them all. I guess I missed a few. Oh well, I'll redo those once it dries. This one's sprayed. But same thing. Oh, and I forgot to point out I did a gold trim on the top right there and on the back right there. If you look, on both of them got that. Same thing with the windows on the bottom. It got windows, but again, it's really hard to see. But see, that's ready to go. I'll touch up a few windows here and there. What I'm really proud of, if I can get it out. Yeah, one of my bulbs is blue in here, so it's kind of darker than it was. But what I'm really proud of is I got sent these today. Came from Etsy. I will shout out to the man who made these, but I got decals made. Boom. So once these are ready, once that thing's ready to go, these go on it. It's gonna be amazing. I gotta figure out where they all go, mind you, but We haven't gotten to that point yet. That's the bottom. See the top. I'm assuming that goes in the top too. I'll have to figure this out as I go along. But we're getting there. It's gonna look really, really good when it's done. Yeah, there's certain things on here I have no idea where to go. I'm assuming those go around the warp cells. I have no idea on a lot of these. So, we'll figure this out as we go. Alright. But I will catch you later on this one. Decaling this. You won't be able to really see it on this much. On the nacelles, but they are on there. It's just not very dark on those for some reason. Interesting enough. But when I shift over to this, oh yeah, you can see them all over it. True, a few of them seem a little small for it, but other than that, they're pretty nice, actually. Give a shout out to my friend on Etsy for these. These are nice. So, I mean, I'm still trying to figure out where each one goes, but they are really good decals. So, hopefully, I'll be done with the Nx-01 first, I'm assuming, then I'll have, with the decaling like this, then we'll jump over to the ISS Enterprise and things will be good. Alright, catch you later. Got the stand drying, it has some wrinkles in it, but it's fine. It's the plaque to the USS Enterprise, or the Enterprise Nx-01 on that gold. And you see I'm going to have all 3 Enterprises on it. And I painted the dials gold, so looking good. And it looks like my battery's about to die on my phone. But this one is officially finished. Unless I feel like tightening up those ball joints. Yeah, I painted those gold too. So, yeah, looks good to me. Have a nice day. Finished decaling one of these. At least the Aztec decals, that is, I mean. As you can see, doesn't look too bad at all. Now I'm starting on the ISS and decaling of the Aztecs. There's a lot of these jokers and they're kind of a pain to put on, but it's going down. I've learned my lesson with a few. Like if you look on this one, those middle ones there didn't go on as pretty. So this time on this one I cut them off a little better. So they went on a little straighter, but you live and learn, you know. So, oh, and I added some decals. Those didn't go on well at all. And you can see it, that went on really bad on the top. Wish I had something better. And that's not noticeable, but there is a little gold in there. I put a few more decals up in the fronts there, just to give it a little more texture. Same thing on the other. The other one, you see, this just didn't go on real pretty. I don't know why. But again, I added a few little details up there to give it a little texture. So, soon I'll be decaling the Nx-01 with the regular ones, but haven't got that far yet. As you can tell, there's a little bubble right there. There we go. It's out. Okay. Once that dries, we'll go on the bottom. Oh, and there were some extras. I wasn't sure where they went, so I ran them down the side there on that little lip there, and it seems to look pretty good there. So, it's a guessing game where some of these go. But it is looking good. I'm quite pleased with it. And bubbles trying to show up as they dry. We're getting there. Catch you later. Put a few extra decals in the sides. Very hard to see. They're right there and they're right there. But that's not the first thing I've done. I went ahead and hooked the nacelles onto that. So as you can see, it's pretty good. Just trying to make sure that one's straight, because apparently, I didn't realize it, one of the pegs on this was actually broken. So I'm having to play a rig game to get this thing together. So we're gonna get it. She's gonna look good when I'm done. Okay, catch you later. Nx-01 is done. I'm just letting it dry from the clear coat. As you can see, looks pretty good. I made some mistakes, of course. I realized some of the decals shifted and dried on the bottom, so I had to make some new ones. But other than that, looks pretty good. So I mean, I'm not upset with how it looks at all. This one here, I just put the final decals on so it's drying. Then I'll touch up a few little tiny paint apps, and boom, should be done. I mean, there's some weird decals in this. I mean, those red ones down by the nacelles being the big ones, they just want to be a pain in the butt to go down. I mean, I can see here it did it on that one too. I'll have to touch that up, but yeah, it's pretty much done. Alright, catch you later. Putting decals on it now, as you can see. The Nx-01 Enterprise. Got some lines on this one. This one didn't have a lot of decals to put on it, on the top. Of course, they're still drying, but that one was the ultimate pain in the, that one right there, the ultimate pain in the butt decal to put on, like on the other one I did before. This one I have now fully assembled. I'm doing the ISS. I should have thought this through a little bit. This right here actually ripped when I was putting it on. And I do have extras, but I didn't think about that, and I went ahead and tried to piece it back together. And it doesn't look bad. You can barely see it, but there is a definite rip right there. This one has a lot more markings on it than the other one, ISS Enterprise. But, and of course, got the dark markings there. Same markings in other places, of course. But that rip bothers me. I'd almost rip that piece up and start over. I mean, I could at any time. Just don't know why I haven't done it, to be honest with you. It's not perfectly straight. I'll have to fix that. Let's see. Yeah, I see issues. Again, I might have to rip that up and put a new one on there, because that bothers me. Okay, I'll catch you later. Put a new one down. Now, it did rip too, but you really could barely see it on this one. It's right there on the tip, but this one was lined up a little better, as you can see. So this one looks better now. So as you can see, I gotta let it dry, but they are starting to get there. Finally starting to get to the finishing stages on these. These have taken me a good, has it been 2 weeks now? Possibly a week. All the painting, decaling, waiting on all the decals. And I'm almost done. I'm still waiting. I still gotta go Tuesday and get something for the stands, because these can't just sit like they are without a good stand. I gotta put them all three on one stand to make it look better. So, this is gonna look good when it's done. I'm particularly impressed with the ISS, and I don't know why. But there it is. I'll flip them over later and get the bottoms done. Alright, catch you later. Oh, I forgot to point out, this also has red markings in there for some weird reason, but this one does not. Hard to see, but that's what it said to do. Alright, catch you later. Finished the ISS Enterprise, as you can see. The bottom decals are exactly the same, so there's no difference at all there. But the top decals are what looks really good. As you can see, I like this design better than I like the other one. I don't know why, but I really do. I mean, the Nx-01 looks really good, but something about that yellow on there just really sets that joker off. Can't figure that out for the life of me. This decal did tear in two spots right here, right there in that small corner if you look. And of course I told you about the one right there, but not really noticeable. It actually has a sealer on it now, letting it seal. There are some minute differences in the colors if you look. Extremely minute. You can see it on the camera if you look. Like right there, this one's painted all the way through with that color mixture. Where this one, well, when the camera decides to shift, there we go, has the gunmetal right there on the front instead. These, the same thing, completely through with that color, which I had to repair one of these earlier, but nothing major. This one, there's gunmetal on the top of it. Much different coloring, as you can tell, but looks really, really, really good. I'm actually quite impressed with how this looks. Like I said, there's something about it. It looks so much better than the Nx-01. I did have to repair this nacelle on this one because it was bulging really bad. So I glued it down a little bit and clamped it to make it hold. Hope it holds still. Still not perfect, because you see this one's not bulging where that one has a slight bulge to it, but I can't figure out why it wants to be that way. But it's better than what it was. Other than that, my next part of this, I'm going to try to make a stand for it, because if I put them all together, give me a minute. Let me pause that for a second. Alright, I've got a new plaque here for my Enterprise base, which will have all three on it. I know you don't see it, but I've got some dowels painted gold in there. And I've got this painted gold. Even though I probably shouldn't have got the one with the knot on it. That was pretty rough. It's alright though. Alright, I'll catch you later once I finish this up.